Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Aquarius placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Aquarius, we are at the Cancer new moon, and Cancer is in Gemini is now in Cancer. We also have Mars in Virgo. And so both of those energies are present in your reading. There's a Jupiter influence and a Mars influence. So you may want to go watch the last Cancer and Virgo readings because there may be a message in there for you, or those readings may resonate with you at this time. In particular, the Cancer reading. I'm also, this has happened the last 6 months maybe, or even more, it's possibly. There's been a very strong Aquarius-Taurus connection. And it often comes through the Aquarius readings where there's a very strong Taurus connection coming in here. So you may want to go watch the last Taurus reading as well. There is also a very strong protection energy that's coming through for you. Which is to say that I feel like you are protected from something. That you are protected from something. There could also be somebody sort of looking out for you, is how it's coming through. Because there may be some sort of influence. So this came out in the Virgo reading. So I feel like that might be sort of a collective Mars energy that we're all sort of working through. The last Virgo reading, you may want to watch it, which talked about sort of like this octopus energy. And that could be so much. That could be a lot. It's an energy that doesn't have appropriate boundaries. And you may be needing to put up boundaries with this octopus energy. So just paying attention to that, Aquarius. There may be certain dynamics here where someone may be working against you in a certain area in your life, or they may be, what was coming through actually is that this person is projecting their fear onto you. And I feel like there's something here where it's like they're hoping to scare you off from something, or to discourage you from doing something, and it's coming through with something here, Aquarius, where this person hates to see you happy is actually how it was coming through. This person really hates to see you happy. So they this is the type of person who, if you were to share good news with them, they would immediately put you down or, discourage you, or that kind of energy, or try and compete with you, or that kind of thing. So just pay attention to that. That feels like an energy that is leaving your life. But it's kind of because I feel like what's happening is that you are moving on to the next level, or you're getting some sort of upgrade or something like that. And this person really hates to see that, is how it's coming through. So just pay attention to that, Aquarius. You are protected. You are moving forward. But there is an energy around you that is almost trying their best to stop that, or to I don't think they have any power to, but it's they're trying their best to either discourage you or to see you fall, or that kind of thing. So just pay attention to that. Be conscious of that. What's also interesting here is that because it kind of feels like maybe you haven't received the news yet, or whatever. It feels kind of like that. You haven't received the news yet, but it's good news. And there may also be sort of like, and I feel like this energy is something where it's like there's someone else who's going to be sharing some good news with you, is how it was coming through. Or like someone else, like if this is a job or something like that, it could be something where it's like they're going to offer you a job or a promotion or whatever. So the person who is offering you that job or promotion or like the next level or whatever is currently dealing with some past energies, is how it is coming through. Like the thing that's going to be in your future, Aquarius, is dealing with past energies at the moment. Like perhaps they're clearing out past energies, or they're transmuting past energies. And I feel like on some level, this energy that you will be connecting with in the future is trying to protect you from their past, is how it's coming through. They're trying to protect you from their past. And I feel like the past energy is something that they... so there may be anxieties around that. It may be something where it's like the past energy, like say this is like a job, and it could also be a relationship as well, Aquarius, so just keep that in mind. Like if this is a job, the last person who worked there before you get there did a bad job, or like it ended badly or whatever. There was like negative energy in that dynamic. Same thing with a relationship. It's like if this is somebody that you have yet to meet, somebody that you're going to be in a relationship with, this person's last relationship was toxic or ended badly, or there was some negative energy there that they're still working through or transmuting within themselves. Like it's that kind of dynamic. So that the thing that will be in your future, Aquarius, because I feel like you're not there yet, but you will be soon. That future thing is currently dealing with a past energy, like transmuting it, working through it, and trying not to let it affect their perception of the future, right? Like, so it does feel like something where it's like this person or this job or whatever it is for you, this opportunity is sort of clearing out past expectations or past energies that may affect how they see the future or how they have hope for the future, that kind of thing. And I feel like there's this energy here of like, Aquarius, someone may be trying to protect you from that kind of like energy, whatever it is. I don't know if it's like still in their... I don't know if it's like they're still in this dynamic in some way, or they're still dealing with it in some way, or if it's just like their own like emotions about it, like how they feel about the situation. Like they're trying to protect you from their own feelings or their own disappointments that have nothing to do with you. That's how it's coming through. They're still dealing with like emotions or things that have nothing to do with you, but they want to protect you from that, is how it's coming through. But just so again, but I feel like on some level, you and this energy are already connected, like energetically, spiritually, like you're both moving towards this. And so there may be sort of like shared anxieties that are being projected through this connection. So just being conscious of that, especially if you're feeling anxious about anything, or if you're like especially having like strange dreams or anything like that, just pay attention to that. I feel like you, Aquarius, are seeing through the illusion, or you're starting to see through the illusion of whatever is happening, because I do feel like there's some fear and anxiety that's being projected into a connection that needs to be worked through, is how it's coming through. Okay. But again, protection is coming through very strongly. Like Like either somebody's protecting themselves or they're trying to protect you. Like that's how it's coming through. It could be that they're protecting themselves. This is also a thing where it's like somebody may not be sharing how they're feeling with you, or they may not be sharing how they're feeling with you to try to either protect themselves, right? So it could be something where it's like, let's say this is a person or a relationship or whatever, like in their past, they may have experienced something where they were not heard, or they were misunderstood, or their feelings were not validated, or they were gaslit, or they carried a lot of burden in a relationship, or like they were constantly disappointed by a relationship or a dynamic or whatever. So it kind of feels like this other person, and it could be a job as well, like the position itself, had a lot of disappointments, or like not feeling understood or not seen or not cared for or nurtured in the way that they needed, or what was needed in a situation. So they may be dealing with like something like that, like working through changing the expectation of being disappointment or even gaslit. Like it does feel like that. So this person may be working through like strengthening their own intuition or their own sight or that kind of thing, especially if they're healing from gaslighting, because gaslighting is this energy of like trying to get somebody to believe something that's not true, right? Like it's projection of a false reality, right? That's what gaslighting is in its essence. So this person may be working through illusions as well, like illusions that were formed from them being gaslit or from them not trusting in their own intuition. And I feel like there is something about the solar plexus that's really being sort of lit up or activated in you as well, Aquarius, because I feel like there's something here where this connection feels very strong, and it feels kind of like there is like a almost like an energy link that's happening with you and another. So it feels like there's a lot of like shared energy within a connection. There may be sort of like telepathic or spiritual communication that's coming through. I feel like though this person is dealing with some like past toxic energies that they're trying to clear within themselves so that it doesn't affect the connection, but it may be. So just pay attention to that. Okay. Aquarius. Let's pull some cards for you. The moon. Yeah, the moon. Perception. And we have the new moon in Cancer. So I feel like the Cancer new moon is very vital for this energy. Is like clearing out any sort of like toxic patterns or projections or like fear, anxiety. Like it feels like they could also have Cancer in their chart somewhere. It doesn't have to be though. But I feel like it's also about like clearing out something in the subconscious that may be affecting how you are seeing a connection or something like that, Aquarius. I feel like right now you are seeing something clearly, but it's like having to see through the fog is how it's coming through at the moment, where it's kind of like for example, the energy that was coming through is like if there's darkness, right? Like say you turn off the lights in your house, like sometimes things appear to be bigger than they are or scarier than they are or that kind of thing. And it's like once you turn on the light, there's clarity, right? It's like, oh, that big scary shape was actually like this thing that is not actually scary. So that kind of energy is coming through. You may be seeing something sort of with the lights off or like in the darkness that I feel like is revealing some sort of truth about a situation, but in like a heightened sort of like fearful kind of way, if that makes sense. So when you turn on the light, the truth becomes clear, and it's not as scary as it appears, but the shadowy darkness energy may be distorting something in a way that will absolutely pull on what it is that you're most afraid of. So that's how it's coming through. I do feel like something is being brought out of the darkness is how it's coming through. Yeah, something is being brought out of the darkness. It is, but right now it feels like it's still there. If that makes sense, it's still in the darkness. Like, because it's kind of like somebody starting a conversation with, like, we have to talk, right? Like, it's kind of something like that. And so maybe it's like, that's what it feels like right now. Like, somebody almost, like, preparing for a really intense conversation. And it's like, maybe you are jumping to the worst conclusion is how it's coming through. Like, oh, no, this is going to end badly, right? It's like, it's in the darkness. The unknown is scary because it's unknown. But like once it's actually said or spoken, it's like, oh, okay. It was just that. It was just a shot. Like, it was just like my own worries that were, making this seem like a bigger deal than it was. Like, it's that kind of energy. So just pay attention to that, Aquarius. There's a lot of like awareness that's wanting to be put into this reading. Like, be aware of your own fears and how your own fears may be distorting something that's coming in for you, because I feel like what's coming in for you is actually very positive and really good news, but it's like there's fear about it because it's unknown still. Okay, yeah. The 7th house relationship at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there is something almost of like a buildup that's making something a bit scarier than it is. Like, it's like the first step in something may be the hardest is how it's coming through. But once you get over that sort of hump, it gets much better, it gets easier. There's also something like that. I am also strongly feeling, because it's a new moon in Cancer, because we're in Jupiter in Cancer as well, there is something of like a gift that has something to do with like Cancerian energy. So, because Cancer represents the home, emotional roots, as well as what's coming through, like security, stability, safety, all of that is in Cancerian energy. So there may be some sort of gift that's coming through in that domain, right? Like something to do with your home, or something to do with like emotional security, stability, your roots. It could also be like ancestral kind of energy coming through, or something that has to do with like positive feminine energy. And it may be something that unfolds over the next 6 months is what's coming through, until the full moon in Cancer, which would be in Capricorn season. So in December time, like the next 6 months might be the time frame for how this unfolds is how it's coming through. So there may be something about the last 6 months as well, which I mentioned in that Taurus like connection, that they're like the last 6 months. So since the last full moon in Cancer, or since last December. Maybe there's been something significant, or maybe something that you planted seeds about in like a year ago, right? Like the last new moon in Cancer. Okay. That may be significant. Okay. Not this deck. Okay. Maybe we want, yeah, okay, 1 second. Aquarius, there's a very strong Cancerian influence though. You may want to watch the last Cancer reading. Okay, Aqua. You may be working with divine feminine energy. Okay, so you have Justice coming out. This is Libra. Okay, there was a Libra reading I did a long time ago. I can't remember when it was. I can barely remember the title, but if I find it, I will link it above. That reading was coming through for you as well. So you may want to watch that one. And you have Ace of Cups that fell face down on the table. So Ace of Cups and the Justice card. Again, with this Justice energy, it is coming through with the blindfold, right? Like that's very, very much highlighted in here. There may be something to do with, like, so it could be law. Like there could be something to do with like a court or like the legal system that's involved in this scenario for you. It could also be more of like a spiritual justice energy. So just, you know, take it how it resonates. Something about balance. And the Ace of Cups is coming through as being like this overflowing love energy. So I feel like this is a positive outcome, but it is something almost like waiting for a verdict on something. Like that's how it's coming through. Like, and it could be, it doesn't have to be literal, right? It could be spiritually. Like it's something like waiting for news, right? Like waiting for news, waiting for a verdict, waiting for the jury to come back on something, you know, like literally or figuratively. But the Ace of Cups is like the thing that is hidden, right? It's like that's the outcome. Very positive. It's really, really positive energy. But it does feel almost like that period of time where it's like you're waiting for something, and so you're not sure what the outcome could be, and it's like your thoughts or your anxieties may be causing a bit of like fear in a situation because of the pause or the waiting or the like waiting for the verdict on something is very stressful. That's how it's coming through, but it's very positive. So just be conscious of and be aware of your own perceptions in this situation. Okay. Okay, what else can I get for Aqua? It's almost like saying, yeah, you don't have to worry about anything. It's like the Star, because I feel like there's something here of like Justice is holding the scales, right? And it's almost like maybe there's been something that was withheld from you, Aquarius. Like it's almost like love or something like that, or like again, if it's like in a relationship, it's almost like the person that you're connected with has almost like withdrawn or is like coming through as being like they're trying to protect you from something. It's just kind of how it's feeling. And so you may feel like you're in the dark about something, but it's really good news. Because it's almost like I'm seeing this as the same figure, right? It's like this is, and of course this the star is you, Aquarius. So it's really good news. This is really good news. And it's like, it's going to overflow with healing is how it's coming through. But I'm seeing this as the same figure, but the after, right? Like after the verdict comes in, after the news comes in, it feels very healing. It's just so much relief. Like, thank goodness that's over. Like, that kind of energy. Okay, can I get some more? It's like, it's so positive. It's good news. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, it's going to turn out for the best. Yeah, 3 of Cups. Lots of Cups energy. I think you will be celebrating this, whatever it is. There will be a celebration of some sort, or that like it does feel almost like it could be a reunion, but it doesn't have to be that necessary, because it's almost like something where it's like, let's say you have been very stressed about a certain situation. So this is feeling kind of like the after party, or the celebration after a stressful event, whatever it is. It's kind of like we can celebrate, we can let go, we can not be stressed about the situation anymore. This could be you and 2 others. It may be like an actual group of 3 that's coming together. Because I'm seeing this as like, well, you have 3 cups here, right? Like you have the stars holding 2 cups, and then there's 1 cup there. I feel like there's a lot of love that's being shared in a certain dynamic or in a group. Five of Wands. Okay. I feel like there's also a situation though. This feels like the other energy for you, Aquarius. The other energy maybe trying to protect you from a 5 of Wands kind of energy in their life. This is a card that talks to me about like a lot of other people's opinions. A lot of other people's opinions that can cause conflict. Because I feel like there's something here where it's like the other people in their life might give them a bit of grief about this, is how it's coming through. Like the other people in their life might not agree with this. They might not be supportive. They might be against it. And the other person may be trying to protect you from that kind of energy. Like they may be trying to protect you from that kind of judgment or that kind of negativity, or they may be trying to protect you from some sort of conflict. Or something that they think would stress you out, is just how it's coming through. Like, they don't want you to be stressed out about a situation that has nothing to do with you, right? Like, it's that kind of energy. I don't think that that's something that you can avoid, though, to be honest, or that the other person can avoid. I feel like the 5 of Wands is something that you have to move through in order to get to the 6 of Wands, which is success and victory, right? You do have to encounter the conflict in order to be successful or be victorious in something. So I feel like there is this energy here of like almost like a temporary pause, as someone sort of like builds up either the confidence or the courage to face a challenge head on. And it could be other people's opinions, right? Like, what would other people say, or like other people not being supportive of this action or something like that. Like it may be something where it's like like you or this other person may not want to deal with that energy. Like, so just being conscious of that, Aquarius. I don't feel like this is something that you can avoid, though. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Can I get one more card for the Five of Wands? Yeah. Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hierophant. You can't run from this. You cannot run from this. But also don't self-sabotage, because I feel like there may be something about like anxiety that's maybe causing someone, like it's kind of like while you're waiting for the jury to come back on something, somebody is thinking of the worst possible outcome. Like that's how it's coming through. That's a form of self-sabotage, right? Like not believing that something good is going to come out of this is self-sabotage. The Wheel of Fortune, though, which is Jupiter, is bringing a gift. And it's like, why are you running from your blessings? That's how it's coming through. So there may even be like a surprise in this for you where it's like maybe somebody's expecting the worst, but it's not going to be that. Or somebody's expecting there to be like a negative outcome, or expecting there to be conflict, or expecting like, I don't know, like that's the fear, right? Like there's fear in some sort of dynamic, but I feel like you have Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that's going to be worked through and left behind because it's not satisfying to think that way. Like it's almost like let yourself hope for the best is how it's feeling. Can I get one more card for the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands? Page of Cups, yeah. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups is like the opposite energy of the Five of Wands. I feel like somebody's expecting conflict, but it's actually like really positive love energy that's coming through. Like support. That's how it feels. And innocence, and like bringing like a pure emotional energy to this. Or it could also be like very innocent form of like intimacy, right? Like saying sorry, or there may be an apology or something like that. I feel like somebody's running from that. There's a bit of fear because the Seven of Swords is an energy of like wanting to protect oneself, right? Like retreating from a situation to protect oneself. Is that a form of self-sabotage, though? Okay. You have Sky, Snow, Moon coming out with the Cardinal. A cardinal might be a significant symbol for you. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Okay, so emotions are just energy in motion. They are temporary states of mood and weather and what have you that are simply passing through your vessel, soon to be replaced by new moods, new feelings, and new weather. Holding onto emotions creates stagnation in the body and in the spirit, and dullness in our lives. When we obsess over our emotions and when we attempt to make sense of them with the mind by replaying the situations that inspired them over and over and over again, we are thinking incorrectly and we are thinking against ourselves. Get out of your head, my dear. Keep your feelings fluid and your mind open and clear. There is nothing to figure out. Your only task right now is to feel and allow and accept. Yeah. I do feel like this is a situation where somebody is getting in their head about something, like overthinking, right? Like it's like the energy that's coming through is like waiting for some sort of verdict. The verdict is good news. It's positive. It's Ace of Cups. It's love. It's happiness. It's satisfaction. It's all of that. Whatever it is. Whatever it is that you are hoping for, that's what the answer is. But it's almost like in that pause or in the waiting, there's somebody who's like getting really in their head about, okay, what if this goes wrong? What if this is bad? What if blah, blah, blah? That's a self-sabotaging energy. So stop doing that. Like, that's how it's coming through. It's like, this is going to work out. This is going to be positive. But there may be something of like an emotional response that's coming through about like there could be like a fight or flight response or a fawn response, like feeling frozen, not being able to do, like, it's that kind of energy. And it's like, be patient with this, because I feel like there's some sort of emotional energy that's moving through, that's trying to be cleared with because it does feel like new moon in Cancer energy is helping to facilitate this. It's revealing the areas of tenderness, or revealing the areas in which cause us to want to flee or to find safety or security, right? Like the emotional areas in our lives that feel tender or scary, or, all of that, in order for it to be soothed and healed is how it's coming through. So be patient with the like emotional energy that you may be feeling, or that may be projected into this connection as well. The energy will move. I feel like there is something here about allowing yourself to feel. There may also be some energies of like letting go of dynamics or situations that are not serving you anymore. So if there is a situation that is sort of like coming through as like conflict or whatever, it's like, let it go. It's not worth the effort or the emotional investment that it requires to like maintain something that is not serving you anymore. Like, it's kind of just like, let it go. If it's leaving your life in this time, it's for good reason. That's how it's coming through. Yeah. I do feel like, Aquarius, for you are feeling very peaceful about a situation that is coming through as being like conflict, or somebody sort of leaving your life because there's been a conflict. Because I feel like it's making space for the celebration energy, especially if there's any sort of dynamic, as we talked about in the beginning of this reading, of like somebody who's not supportive of you, somebody who always thinks the worst, or like if you have good news, they'll put you down. That kind of energy is leaving. That's what's coming through here. People's opinions that are not supportive of whatever it is you're doing, like within reason. I feel like this is something that this is a pattern for this person. It's not just like them being constructive, it's them being destructive, or and like against you. They're an antagonist, like they're always bringing up things that are not necessary, like that aren't helpful, that aren't constructive, or just negative, right? Like it's that kind of energy that's leaving is how it's coming through. Okay. Aquarius. I feel like sometimes Aquarius gets this maybe it's not that, but I feel like there's this energy around you that's always playing devil's advocate, right? Like it's that kind of thing. Always, just for the sake of being negative. Like that's how it's coming through. It's like, you don't need that. I feel like there's something here where it's like, what, like you don't have space for that anymore is how it's coming through. Okay. Yeah, the horse. This is another Cancerian energy. But it's a card that talks about mastery over earth, and it's one about freedom and expression and grace. So that's coming through for you. Yeah, the bee. Which is another, so it's an air card, but it also talks about like working together, collaboration. It can also talk about work. So this could absolutely be in relation to a work environment, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something where it's like you're collaborating with others. Because with the bee, it's such an energy of like collaboration. The Gemini reading, whenever I get to that, probably next week, the Gemini reading might have a significant message in there for you, so look out for that next week. But the bee card is also coming through with this energy of like intense collaboration is how it's coming through, like working together. But I feel like it starts off with this sort of Three of Cups energy of like a celebration or coming together to do fun things or like to work on things together. That's what the bee is coming through with. What's this other energy? The wolf and the cobra. Yeah. I feel like there's a situation that you'll be leaving, Aquarius, that has to, like, it's an environment that feels like it's no longer conducive to your learning, is how it's coming through. Like, it's not benefiting your growth. That feels like it's a situation that you're leaving with these two cards. Because the wolf to me in this card talks about family, like both of these come out with teacher and mentor energy. So I feel like there is something like that for you there. But the wolf in this deck talks to me about like leaving a group in which you felt comfortable for a time, or like it's a lone wolf energy, like going off on your own to find where you truly belong. Like, I feel like there's something like that for you happening. It's like in order to learn something, like you're ready to learn. There's a mentor energy that's coming through with this dynamic. Like, it's like you have to leave the nest, or you have to leave your comfort zone in order to learn this new thing, is how it's coming through. There may be fear about that though. So just pay attention to that, because I feel like there may be this sort of tendency or feeling of like, what if this goes badly? What if this goes badly? What if this is not what I thought it was? What if it's like, it's that kind of thing. Don't get in your head about this. This is a temporary state of feeling like emotionally vulnerable. That's how it's feeling. But that it's absolutely good news. Okay, you have the elephant at the bottom of the deck, which talks about destroying obstacles, which I feel like you are doing, Aquarius. Like, there is something of like your own perception of something that may be presenting as an obstacle, like how you are seeing a situation. You can choose to see it through fear, or you can choose to see it through light, right? Like, that's how it's coming through. Allow the fear to move through, because it's impractical to be like, don't be scared. You can't stop yourself from being scared, but you can be scared and still want to move forward at the same time. I feel like that's part of the challenge, is like feeling your fear, but not letting it have control over your actions. Yeah. Worthy. You are worthy of whatever this is, Aquarius. Worthiness is inherent in your bones. You are worthy of this. Allow yourself to enjoy it, is how it's coming through. So I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.